So moving on, if it's okay, to ask you some questions about the Virtual Speaking Academy. Is that okay?
That is perfect. I want to talk about that. I'm ready.
Go girl. First question. So I should have checked actually before I came on, so I do apologise. But how long have you been a member?
Since June, the end of June. If it's okay, may I just tell you how I found? I actually saw it on Facebook, and I thought, this sounds like something I will be interested in. So it was a free 28-day membership, I think. It's been a while, but anyways, I signed up. Now I'm not all into free. I don't want anyone to mistake, free, because I think free begets free. I really do. If all you're looking for is free, that's all you're going to get. But I saw that, and then when I made contact with you, I contacted you. Is that how I found? I can't even remember how. I think of, you know what?
I think we spoke, didn't we? I think we had a conversation.
Yeah, Neetha is the person who.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah, we had a conversation, and you directed me or sent me an email. I think that's what happened. You sent an email. So when I saw all of what you were doing, I was like, yes, I'm in. But it wasn't just the free program, because I instantly joined. I joined. In fact, I don't know if you remember this, I joined 5 or 6 times.
I had to keep refunding you. Remember clearly, yeah.
Who knows I'm serious about this, because I've joined like 5 or 6 times. And when I realized it, I sent you a message, and you did the refunds. But I was excited about being, for several reasons. It was a group, it's for women, you're focused on women. And I thought, this is nice. Somebody is really paying attention to us. But the subjects that you were, the topics that you were covering, I was interested in storytelling, speaking in front of groups, and the time management. Those were things that I really wanted to get more involved in, because I feel that although I'm a personal development strategist, I still have to build myself. I have to pour into myself. And I did not mind paying, obviously, since I did it 5 or 6 times, for what I was going to receive. So that's how I got started, and I've enjoyed being a part of the group. I have learned, and I like the format. I really do. I like the format. It's informal, but formal. It's no fluff to it, but you are learning, and it's a great environment to learn, and it allows you to develop. Nobody makes fun of me because or I don't feel that I'm being judged, because I can see everyone on the screen. We're on a Zoom call. I see everyone on the screen. So if they were grimacing about something I said, I would see it. And I don't see that. I get good feedback, get great feedback. And I'm one for getting feedback, because you can't grow if you're not open to feedback. Some people say, well, it's constructive criticism. And I tend to look at it as feedback. I know that's kind of a euphemism, but I like feedback, because that helps me to be better. When people see something that they're mentioning, and this is the thing, if it's something I want to do, I'll do it. If it's something I think, well, I'm okay with how I'm doing this, then I may modify it a little bit. But just because someone gives you feedback doesn't mean that you have to stop and roll and do what they're suggesting or recommending. But I do like it, because people see those things in us that we can't see. So that's why I was like, yay, this is a group for me. And I've enjoyed it. I've been active, and I'm saying I've been active because I think I may have missed, there was something going on. You had the summit. I think that week I missed that week, but for the most part, I have been in class.
So what do you think some of the benefits have been for you as an individual and for your business joining?
The one thing that I really, really wanted to do is to be a better storyteller. So I've listened to the stories, and I've listened to the speaker, listened to Ricky talk about storytelling, and picked up great tips. So for me, I'm formulating better stories. So that helps people to to listen and focus in on the stories that I'm telling, because I think the stories tell people of things that others have had to overcome. I think that's what stories do. And it's like, oh, if she helped them in that story, then this is something that she may be able to help me do. It's given me another platform to show that I'm developing in that area. And I say developing because it is something that I'm working on. That's one of the things that I am definitely working on.
Well, that's really good to hear. And it's great to get that feedback. So thank you for that.
Oh, no, thank you all. And I say this like it was, like it's a sorority, but I was accepted into the group. It was a very warm welcome. Everyone is there to learn and to share. And I felt that from the very beginning. So I would encourage anyone who's interested in learning these new skills. And I like, you post a monthly schedule. So we already know what it is that we're going to be doing that month. And it's a very affordable way of learning. And it's an hour. Sometimes we run over, but not most of the time. I mean, we're not doing 2 hours. We're doing an hour and 10 minutes sometimes. But that's a platform and a way for me to learn. And it's on Zoom, and I am like the Zoom fanatic because you don't have to leave home. You don't have to. And I'm in Houston. I don't know if you knew that, but we have a traffic problem. I don't know if you know about Houston.
No, yeah.
We have traffic in Houston, and if you don't have to travel, it's like yes, but you can still get what you need, which I'm getting sitting right here in front of the camera. So I love it. Thank you very much. Thank you for creating this out of your fear.
Yeah, it was out of my fear. Well, you're very welcome. And of course, we are absolutely delighted to have you as a member. And it has been lovely watching you develop, particularly around your stories, because I know that's what you wanted to come in and learn and develop. And stories aren't easy. Stories aren't easy because a lot of the time they're very personal and they're quite painful.
They are. I have a few that people have shared with me about what they have gotten from me. So I'm making a list, and I thought if I can get 5 or 6 stories and just use those, then I don't have to kind of think of what story am I going to tell? Because I've actually been given some really good stories where I've helped people to develop personally. And so I'm excited about building those and incorporating them in my speaking.
Yeah, that's really great. I like that because often these stories as well, they're right on the end of your nose. You can't actually see them. And it's like what you talked about earlier on in terms of what you do, is that until you're consciously aware of what they are, you can't recognize them. So it's nice that, particularly Ricky as well, the learning from Ricky in terms of she's helped you develop that, which is brilliant.
Yes. I've learned from other speakers, everything that all the calls that I've been on, I've learned. I have my notebook here, and I don't move it. It is right here because if I need to look something up, I remember someone talking about that. So I have it is just for virtual speaking. That's my notebook right here. I don't let it get out of my sight. It's right here. And if it's something that I need to refer that I want to share with someone, I have a little Post-it note there. So I can quickly reference it.
I like that. Maybe I should get everybody a little notebook that they can use to jot down their learnings.
I still use paper. I know that we're in a digital age, but I still use paper to write. I find that it's just an easy reference for me as opposed to going into my phone or my iPad or my tablet. I can quickly reference it, but I have to index it. Some people just write in their notebooks and I don't know how they find what they're looking for. But if it's something that I want to share, I always just put a little sticky note there. And share with others.
Brilliant. So if a lady was thinking of joining, what would you say?
If someone was thinking of joining?
Yeah, if someone was thinking of joining.
Do it. And I like the way when I joined, I remember you suggesting that I join for at least 90 days. You said, that would be beneficial. So when I got in, well, I joined after the very first session. I think I joined because I wanted to see, just kind of investigate and just kind of check you all out and see what was going on. So I decided that this was something that would benefit me. So I've stayed on longer than 90 days, obviously, but I've enjoyed it and I've learned a lot that I can apply. So I would encourage anyone, if you're wanting to be a better speaker, you're wanting to learn these different tools and techniques, this is the place to be. And it's affordable, and it's not a lot of time invested. That's the part that's so good. If I were driving to your place, well, obviously I couldn't drive to your place because you're making cake.
Kind of a bit of water in the.
After all the classes would be over, but anyways, if I was there, I would have to get dressed, which I still have to get dressed, but get in the car.
Oh, that's good to know.
I still have to get dressed. Yeah. I said that. Anyways, I don't have to drive. I was making a pitch for a training class, and I used Zoom, and I said, you don't have to get dressed. And someone said, well, you do have to put on clothes. And I said, well, let me say that another way. You don't have to get dressed up. Put a t-shirt on and come on to class. So don't have to get dressed up. But I like that. I like the convenience. I like it. And when class is over, I hit a button, I turn my computer off, and I'm gone on about my business. I like that.
Yeah, it's interesting. I haven't thought about that before, Carolyn. That's really interesting. That I forget, because we've got tons of resources. Everything is archived. Everybody gets the replays. But I think what's really nice about the Academy is it's a live hour, and you can put what you've learned in that hour into practice straight away.
Exactly.
So, because you can ask questions of the person that's delivering the training, and then once you've got set, from that point forward, you've already learnt it, and all you've got to do then is experience it, put it into practice. So you don't have to go back and look through copious amounts of notes or training. You're just on it straight away. I hadn't heard that before. That's really good.
I've benefited immensely. I mean, it really is great.
Brilliant.
So thank you. Thank you very much. I appreciate it. I really do. I'm grateful for you.
I'm grateful for you.
Thank you.
And the time difference isn't any trouble for you, is it? Because I know you're not in the UK. You are, where did you say you were in America?
In Houston.
In
Texas. Mm-hmm. I'm in Houston, Texas. Well, I'm in Houston, Texas area. I don't actually live in Houston. I live in one of the suburbs of Houston. That the time difference is not a problem for me. I think the first session, I had a little bit of conversion problems, but I read in your email, you actually converted for me and said 9 a.m. So I was okay. So I know 9 a.m. I'm here, ready to go. And you send us the link now, so I don't have to look up.
Hint, hint.
And you're right. Let me give you some kudos. You're right. We should know the link by now. But it's just so, it's like talking about being spoiled. It's like, oh, there's the link. Just click on it. Nobody wants to look for it. That's work, Wendy. That's work. That's work. So you make it easy for us.
Oh, brilliant. That's good. Apart from me, I turned up a day early, didn't I? I turned up yesterday for this session.
But what I did, I went back and looked. I thought, did I say what I said? And I think that what I did, and this was a good lesson for me. I think it was after midnight when I wrote that. So I said,
"Oh, of course, yeah."
And I said, "See you tomorrow." And what I should have said was, "I'll see you on Thursday at 9." So that was a lesson for me.
It's easy done.
See you tomorrow.
Yeah, it happened last week. I was giving a talk in Australia, and so I did actually have to turn up a day early, and we did. I can't remember. The clock that was being used on Blog Talk Radio was out by an hour. So the talk was actually at 1 o'clock in the morning, It was a day early. So I don't know how we both got our heads around that. I mean, me and Trish did in the end, and we delivered it and it was fine. But it was a bit like, oh my God, actually figuring out time differences is very difficult.
Well, like we did with the time going back,
Oh, that was it as well. Yeah.
Yeah. But that was okay. I'm pretty flexible. I really am. It's not like I had driven 20 miles to get there. That's a beautiful thing of food.
Yeah. And you can get the replay anyway. But I'd rather have you there.
Oh, and I love the live because you can, if you have a question or you have a comment, that's another thing I like about the platform that you can have a comment and make a comment and it's just well received, or you can have a question and the other members of the group, you learn from others. You learn from, it may not be a question that I thought of or a comment, but I hear it and it's like, oh yeah, that's a good idea. Oh, I never thought about that. So It's great. It's a great platform.
Yeah. And on that note, I will let you go and enjoy the rest of your day because I believe that it's 10 o'clock around where on your side. Yeah.
It is. It's 10 o'clock.
Yeah, it's just starting to get dark here. It must be about 4 o'clock then. Yeah, here.
4 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
No. Yes.
Yeah, in the afternoon. It's just drawing into the evening. It's starting to get really cold here in the UK. So thank you very much for your time today, Carolyn. I've really appreciated it. I loved hearing your story and the work that you're doing with women and the particular type of women it is that you're working with, because that's really interesting. I've never thought about, that whole community, is doing things slightly differently.
And they appreciate it. It's new to them. It's everyone's focused. I just want to say everyone's focused on, or maybe not everyone, but a lot of people are focused on millennials, rightfully so. But I think that group that I work with has just kind of been overlooked. It's assumed that, well, they're okay, but they're not. Millennials get a lot of attention.
Yeah, you know me, I'm not keen on anyone being overlooked. I'm very inclusive and I'm all about, readdressing balance as much as I possibly can that I'm consciously aware of. So yeah, I don't like groups being marginalized or overlooked. So I just think that's brilliant.
Well, thank you. Thank you for the interview. I've enjoyed it. I have.
Oh, good. Well, it will go up in the membership website now, so other members can get to know you and find out more about you and what you do. And thank you very much for the feedback about the Academy. I also appreciate that because it's good to hear, and it's always nice to actually, because I know we get testimonials and we ask people to write them out, but we never really get to actually what the golden nuggets are until we speak to somebody.
Well, good. It's great for me. It's an awesome tool, and I have told others about it. I've shared, and my girlfriend, I've told her about it, and she said, I said, did I tell you about it? And she said, only 5 times today. So I am spreading the word.
Oh, thank you. We appreciate it. All right then, lovely. I'm going to love and leave you, and I will see you Monday, hopefully.
Yes. I'll be there.
Get your form filled in.
Oh, I will. Thank you.
Brilliant. Just couldn't resist to pop that in there.
Well, thank you.
Take care, people. Bye. Bye.